praise to God for the great privilege and the honor to be behind this sacred desk, to be in the presence of Reverend Dr. Leon Finney, whose leadership through every movement since I was a child in the city of Chicago, from my perspective, has not been adequately and appropriately recorded. Dr. Finney was at the foundation of the Rainbow Push Coalition and the TWO organization and community organizing, the transformation of Woodlawn, the transformation of the south side of Chicago, the kind of dignity, honor, and thoughtful political direction that he has brought to all of us should truly be rewarded. The strongest possible signal of just how great the man is the fact that he has the consciousness to allow this rally at this time for this candidate in this church. Please give Reverend Dr. Finney a great round of applause. I noticed in the schedule of events that the elected officials who've been given the opportunity to speak and the candidates have all been given 5 minutes. When it came to my name, they gave me 10 minutes. It's actually down here, but I promise today that I'm not going to take advantage of all of that extraordinary time. Although I could easily take 10 minutes to talk about Toni Preckwinkle and this extraordinary campaign. Before I do, I want to offer a commentary on the climate of this election that has an implication for this race and for all of the elected officials who are present. I have been a student of politics all of my life. I've been a student of elections. And I consider things to be in bounds when a thoughtful dialogue for public office inspires people, brings people, Alderman Moore, out to vote, and people participate in great numbers. I can live, I think all of us can, with the outcome of an election, where the broadest number of people participate and they, the people, make a decision about the future direction of our government, whether it be our federal government, our state, our county, or our local municipality. But any effort that seeks to discourage voter participation, particularly in a Democratic primary, is something that all of us should cause and have reason to pause. And I have to use this opportunity, Madam President, and I'm going to take that liberty. Because in electing Toni Preckwinkle the president of the county board, we are also electing the titular head of the Cook County party. That is the person who is responsible for organizing the ticket from the very top of the state all the way to the bottom of the state. It is not by accident that a governor comes from our state, a lieutenant governor comes from our county, that the treasurer comes from our county, that the comptroller comes from our county, that the judges come from our county. The head of the Cook County board, the president of the Cook County board, is the titular head of the Cook County Democratic Party, for which we draw our statewide slate. Toni Preckwinkle, after her election, will be responsible for turnout in all of our races for as long as she's president, a responsibility far beyond just coordinating and creating a more fiscally responsible government. She is, in no small measure, and will be a significant player in the future of our state. So when I see an ad with Harold in it, y'all know that ad I'm talking about. I loved Harold. I respected Harold. I admired Harold, and I cannot or disparage, even disagree with Harold. But Harold ain't running for governor. Two people are. And most of us know these two men, and we know their history in our community. Pat Quinn was one of Harold's top aides, and he left that responsibility after a dispute. But for 25 years, we've known what the lieutenant governor, now the governor, has done. I remind you of those facts because anyone who is discouraging through an ad or creating confusion about someone's contribution to discourage people to participate in the process has an impact on the race that elects our next county board president. Can I get an amen? Now, I say that to suggest to you, my friends, that low black turnout, particularly on the south side of Chicago, doesn't just affect the governor's race. Discouraging our community from participating affects the comptroller's race and the lieutenant governor's race and the treasurer's race and the judicial races and the MWRD races and all the way down the Democratic slate. Someone who doesn't show up because they don't want to vote for governor is not likely to vote for change in the Cook County race. Church, are y'all working with me here on the logic? The same person who shows up to vote for governor is the same person we want to vote for candidate number 332 somewhere down there by the judges. Y'all walking with me? Which is why I'm so impressed with Toni Preckwinkle's campaign. As I prepared my remarks today, I realized that I needed to be careful about using superlatives when talking about Toni's tenure as an alderman. I go around throwing words like best and brightest. I may not be able to go home at night. But I can safely say, however, that for nearly 2 decades, Toni Preckwinkle has been the example of thoughtful, progressive, independent leadership in city government. The example. A 6-time winner of IVI-IPO's Best Alderman Award, 6 times. The recipient of both the Sun-Times and the Tribune's endorsement, and a continual thorn in the side of machine politics. Cook County has a true reformer in Toni Preckwinkle. But beyond her independent credentials is a vision that is unmatched in this election. Only Toni Preckwinkle is capable of creating an environment where jobs and businesses flourish throughout all of Cook County. She knows that Cook County does not stop at the city line, and that for too long, suburban communities, and particularly South suburban communities, have been shortchanged. Toni Preckwinkle will be president of the Cook County Board for all of Cook County, not just some of Cook County. She will repeal the Stroger sales tax increase, streamline county hospitals, get rid of fat and fraud that plague the county, and I hope she will end Gene Day at the county also. Toni recognizes the need to partner with South suburban communities to grow the regional economy. She knows that this growth will not happen just by expanding the size and scope of Cook County government, but by working together with regional authorities to create an environment where private businesses can thrive. As I've said for years, the centerpiece of revitalizing the Southland economy is a new airport facility. O'Hare Airport is in DuPage County, but it benefits Chicago. An airport in another county can benefit Cook County. And finally, and I close on this note, when we elect Toni Preckwinkle as county board president, we will have a leader who realizes that hiring friends isn't job creation. That bloating and already wasteful government isn't a stimulus plan. And that transparency isn't just a campaign slogan, it's how you run an efficient and an effective government